Little Red Riding Hood traces its roots back to medieval Europe, where storytelling served both entertainment and educational purposes. In its earliest forms, the tale was intended as a cautionary narrative, warning young listeners about the dangers of straying from the path and trusting strangers. The story reflected the realities of a time when forests were perilous and communities relied on oral tradition to impart moral lessons. Cultural anxieties about safety, innocence, and the unknown shaped the narrative, embedding deeper meanings within its simple plot. Over time, these early versions evolved, but the core message remained. Vigilance and obedience were essential virtues in a world filled with hidden threats. The Brothers Grimm adaptation of classic fairy tales often introduced significant changes to narrative structure, character roles, and underlying moral lessons. Compared to earlier versions, the Grimms tended to streamline plots, focusing on clear beginnings, climaxes, and resolutions. They frequently altered or amplified the roles of certain characters, sometimes making protagonists more virtuous or antagonists more menacing. The moral lessons in Grimm adaptations became more pronounced, emphasizing themes such as justice, retribution, and the value of hard work or obedience. These changes reflected both the Grimm's interest in preserving folk traditions and their desire to impart clear ethical guidance. As a result, their versions often feel darker and more didactic, shaping how these stories are understood today. Modern feminist retellings of Little Red Riding Hood have dramatically transformed the character from a passive victim into an empowered protagonist. In these reinterpretations, Red often takes charge of her own fate, outsmarting the wolf and challenging traditional notions of helplessness. Authors and filmmakers use her story to explore themes of autonomy, resilience, and self-discovery. By shifting the narrative focus, these versions encourage audiences to question outdated gender roles and celebrate female agency. The impact of these adaptations extends beyond storytelling, inspiring conversations about empowerment and the importance of reimagining classic tales to reflect contemporary values. Through this evolution, Little Red Riding Hood becomes not just a survivor, but a symbol of strength and independence. The timeline begins with early depictions of Little Red Riding Hood, where costumes are simple and settings are rustic, reflecting the story's folk origins. As time progresses, Red's attire becomes more elaborate, with her iconic red cloak taking center stage. The wolf's portrayal also shifts, evolving from a menacing predator to sometimes a more comical or misunderstood figure. Key moments highlight changes in the story's tone, such as the introduction of the woodcutter and the transformation of the forest from a dark, foreboding place to a vibrant, magical setting. Each era brings new interpretations, reflecting cultural attitudes and artistic trends. The timeline concludes with modern adaptations, where both Red and the Wolf are reimagined in creative and unexpected ways. As time moves forward, Little Red Riding Hood continues to evolve, reflecting the values and concerns of each new generation. Future adaptations may explore themes such as empowerment, resilience, and the importance of critical thinking. The story could be reimagined to address contemporary issues like online safety or environmental awareness, making its lessons relevant to modern audiences. Through creative retellings in books, films, and interactive media, Little Red Riding Hood is likely to remain a powerful tool for teaching caution and courage. Its enduring appeal lies in its flexibility, allowing storytellers to reinterpret the tale while preserving its core message. In this way, Little Red Riding Hood will continue to resonate, inspiring and educating children for years to come.